Hello and welcome to the show, which this week is chock full of adventure. We'll be talking to a Canadian lady who's been adventuring all over the world and currently happens to be here in South Africa. But first, these two manly explorer types have been sampling these two new entries in the lightweight adventure class. And where did they go for their adventure? Krugersdorp, of course.
There is a revolution coming in adventure motorcycling. Where once monstrous giants roamed the wild trails of Africa, now a new breed of smaller, lighter, more nimble bikes is emerging from the gene pool. This is the Honda CRF250 Rally. In essence, it's a CRF250 enduro bike made road legal, but it's not what it is that's remarkable, but what it represents. Adventure bikes have been getting steadily bigger and bigger, more luxurious and increasingly complicated to the point where you not only need a degree to use them, but you also need the physique of Tarzan to contemplate venturing anywhere off-road. It is, to put it mildly, getting a little out of hand. The new breed of baby adventure bikes can be seen as a desire to get back to basics, to make adventure riding accessible once more to mere mortals such as you and I. It is, in short, a whole new beginning.
And then we have this, the Versys X, Kawasaki's answer to this new lightweight adventure onslaught. It makes use of a 296cc parallel twin engine, the exact same engine as that found in the Ninja 300 and the Z300 sport bikes. Although for this model, the engine has traded in its sprinting shoes for a set of hiking boots and a safari hat. The suspension has more travel, the wheels are bigger and spoked, there is more protective plastic, and the seating position is far more accommodating for the long-distance tourer. The specific bike has a top box, although it is an optional extra, but it is worth it for keeping all the adventure essentials.
To try and understand completely what this revolution means, we devised some challenges and not all off-road. Given that most adventure bikes will virtually never see any dirt but will be used as everyday road bikes, all-round performance is important, but can such small engines provide any performance? You could say that it's a bit irresponsible of us to be drag racing on a public road.
It's not drag racing, it's just accelerating really slowly.
It is actually, you're right, yes.
I think you might notice I'm accelerating a bit faster than you.
Yeah, I'm not really winning this. How much power have you got?
I got 39 horsepower.
Yeah, I've got 24 and a half.
What was your top speed here?
Well, maximum down a mine shaft with the following wind is about 145, 150 kilometers an hour.
Ha! 164.
Yeah, show off. In a straight line, neither could be said to burn rubber, but it was a clear victory for the Kawasaki, which could use its screaming red line and twin cylinders to destroy the Honda's slightly puny single cylinder. But how would they handle the corners? We headed for our secret Alpine test pass just outside Krugersdorp for our second challenge. And if I'm honest, I wasn't feeling too confident of victory on the Honda, although I couldn't let Don know that. I think I managed to get the lead for about 5 meters.
Yes, and then the power of the Kawasaki came through.
Yes, although I've got to say, you didn't get as far ahead on this as you did on the drag race.
I'm a little bit annoyed because I kept looking in my mirrors, especially places like here, and you were still there. How did that happen?
It's superior cornering speed.
Superior cornering speed. What is the weight of your motorcycle, may I ask?
157 kilograms.
Okay, that's very annoying because I was going to show off and say mine is 175, but we'll leave it at that.
So you are actually heavier.
Yeah,
but I've got about as much punch out of that corner as a 3-year-old.
Although I will be honest, the twin, while a lovely engine, doesn't have that much bottom end.
You've got to rev it, haven't you?
You really have to rev it, yes. And annoyingly, I can still see you in my mirror.
Yes, I was always there. I could just never quite get close enough, and there's the finish line.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the Kawasaki.
It was clear that the Kawasaki had the edge on outright performance. However, these bikes are being billed as baby adventure bikes, so where was the adventure in fooling around on tar? The true test would come when we hit the trails, and I had the feeling that the Honda would come into its own.
So you're feeling pretty smug about that, aren't you? 2 out of 2. Okay? Well, in that case, I'm leading the next bit. Follow me.
I bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
Where on earth are you going?
Well, it's adventure bike. We need to go adventure riding,
It's not
off-road.
adventure riding, that's just that's just savagery.
What, interesting, what ground clearance have you got?
I've got a whole 118 millimeters.
Well, I've got 270 millimeters.
What do you need so much ground clearance for? Seriously?
Well, if you just keep on watching for a second, I think you'll find out why.
Oh, rubbish, rubbish.
And there you go, you have actually just grounded it.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Are you stuck?
No, just the view's lovely here.
But are you stuck?
Well, no, I could move if I really wanted to.
Would you move? Because I just want to come that way.
No, have you seen that view? It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's lovely, but would you move and get out my way?
Well, what's the rush? Come on, life is just such a hurry. It's such a...
Don't worry, I'll go another way.
Honestly, that's what adventure riding's about. It's about taking in the scenery, not plodding around. Look, what are you doing
Yeah, but
there?
honestly, you've got to get to the place where the scenery is in the first
Look at
place.
your bike, it's bouncing up and down.
And that's called suspension travel and ground clearance. What suspension travel have you got?
You first.
No, you first.
130 millimeters.
I've got 250.
250.
And plus 270 millimeters of
Look
ground
at that. You've got
clearance.
knobbly tyres. That is so ostentatious, really. Come on.
Where were you?
I'm here. I told you. I'm the view. That's it.
You're stuck, aren't you?
No.
You're stuck, aren't you?
No.
You're stuck, aren't
Okay,
you?
a bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want me to help you?
There might be a rock underneath my sump.
You see, it might be fast.
Yes, I'm moving. I'm moving.
It might be fast on the tarmac, but mine's much better off-road.
As Don, with his tail between his legs, heads for tar and safety, I can't help but revel in the Honda's off-road ability and go for a victory lap.
Right, that concludes our test of these new lightweight adventure motorcycles. And as far as I'm concerned, this 300 is the clear winner. What do you say, Harry?
I say beat that.
Bloody show off.
Well, I can't help but be impressed by the in-depth, exhaustive, analytical approach to adventure. I don't think I've ever seen anything more in-depth, in fact. Congratulations, gentlemen. As far as I can tell, you actually won 2-1, Donovan.
Yes, the Kawasaki did win that, definitely.
Wait a second, if you don't mind. Yes, you won 2, but
Yes.
you had a DNF.
I didn't
You
have a
did
DNF.
not finish. I had to
I
come and
would've.
rescue you.
I would have finished, you know, but
What?
Well,
if
when
you'd
you
chosen
stopped
the right
admiring the
bike?
view, I've never seen you more interested in the view,
it was
Donovan.
fantastic. Did you see it? I mean, the rock stuck
Plenty.
under...
Not as much as you, though, obviously.
It's like you would have finished if you could have moved. It's like saying the Titanic would have stayed afloat. if
Yes,
it
anyway,
hadn't.
look, exhaustive and in-depth. I was obviously lying. That was pathetic. And
I did detect the sarcasm, I have to say.
There was
look,
a hint of
to
it.
me, from the outside, this is a massively important class of bikes. It's going to get
Huge.
big in the future.
Huge.
But these two are actually approaching it in a slight, from different ends of the spectrum, really. aren't they?
Completely different. I mean, the Honda is basically, it's a road-legal enduro bike, isn't it, basically? And the Kawasaki...
It's your sort of soft off-road adventure bike, you know, like the more typical sort of adventure bike.
Equivalent of the
yeah.
big bikes like, say,
V-Strom.
a V-Strom,
Yeah.
yes, or the Kawasaki
Exactly.
Big Versys or
And
something.
we did do some off-road riding. I mean, just on ordinary gravel roads, it was fantastic. But when we did some light mountaineering, bit of a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll handle gravel roads and the like. I mean, I'm impressed that it's got spoke wheels. They both come equipped to do a bit of gentle off-roading, don't they?
Yes.
I am intrigued, though. Price, I mean, this is an interesting class of bikes. It should do well, but they need to be at the right price.
Honda, 85,000 rand.
The Kawasaki,
Yes.
75,000 rand.
75 seems more appealing, I must admit, although this is a proper adventure
Yeah,
bike, the Honda in a
I'm
way,
going to
isn't
say
it?
that
Yeah.
extra 10 grand is mostly suspension.
Which
I mean,
is obviously good, is it?
Yeah,
It is.
very good. Yeah.
Very soft, but very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the start of big things, isn't it? I mean, later this year, I think we can expect to see plenty of this stuff from other manufacturers. Suzuki got one on the way.
BMW.
Yeah.
BMW,
GS.
of course, with the 310, yeah, GS.
What I will say is, okay, I mean, for 75, 85 grand, in the adventure sort of market, what else are you going to
You can't.
buy?
Well,
There's
this is
nothing.
true.
There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Everything else is over 200,000.
And we keep talking adventure, but obviously with this sort of riding position and these, I imagine, immensely economical engines, they're great all-round bikes, aren't they? I mean, if you want a comfortable commuter that can do a bit of off-road, there you go. Okay, we like them then. We like the new wave of small adventure bikes. What are you going to say?
Just a very good point, which one of us in the studio mentioned earlier. You could go off-road riding, adventure riding, on your own on one of these because you can pick it up.
Oh, yes.
On your own,
On your
repeatedly.
own.
Oh, yes.
You
We're
don't...
talking proper adventure, though, not credit cards and
No,
heated
proper-
seats and
Yeah.
five-star hotels.
Yeah, adventure. in
Look,
a
this,
tent.
yes, you're just starting me ranting again.
Yeah, I will.
So to stop that, we'll go to an ad break and we'll be back with a lady who likes adventure.